Wow, beautiful home. Shall we go on the balcony?
We're very lucky in Shanghai. It's so pretty today. Good weather.
Yeah, we're lucky. That's why we can start from balcony.
So next, so I'm very excited today here because we will be talking about one of the most famous wine region in the whole world, Bordeaux. Where do we get started?
Probably the easiest way to start from location, because location will determine the temperature, the climate, the weather, and mesoclimate.
I know where it is.
I bet you do. I bet you do.
Yeah.
So Bordeaux going to be located in this part.
Yeah,
Correct.
southwest of France.
And if you look into more details, you see it's very colorful. This is the whole Bordeaux region. Probably you can see the Garonne River, which divides it into left and right bank.
Oh, 左岸右岸.
The majority of wines, quantitatively, because of amount of regions, comes from left bank. And all those coming from this, you can see Medoc, Pauillac, Margaux.
Very famous, yeah. So what kind of wines do they produce in Bordeaux? What are the main varietals?
Basically, we will start from soils because it's easier to understand because it all starts from soil. So on the left bank, they're going to have more gravel and more sand, especially in Medoc and Grave. In this side of the river, they mostly plant Cabernet Sauvignon. Because this grape variety prefers more sun, it takes more time to mature, and this soil is perfect for Cabernet Sauvignon. On this side,
右岸的
they have more clay.
clay.
When there is a rain, the clay absorbs the water. So when sun is there, the soil doesn't get so warm because there are a lot of water, so this soil is more colder. And due to this reason, on this side, they prefer to plant Merlot.
Oh, 梅洛. On the right is more Merlot, on the left bank more Cabernet Sauvignon.
But just in case, they add another variety. And they also do blends.
Very smart. So the quality is stable. Yeah, even the weather is not very stable, change all the time, and so they blend them together, and then so make sure the quality is consistent. So here we have 4 beautiful wines, and 2 red and 2 white. They're all from Bordeaux. So what's the difference?
The main idea of different styles, like mainstream Bordeaux, like mainstream, like 性价比
很高. Yeah.
Basically going to be more fruity wines. Like here we have 2 generic Bordeaux classification. And the main difference, those will be more fruity. They're very good to drink immediately. So basically, you just
you can drink.
Yeah, you need to smell it. Basically, if you swirl it, this one. If you swirl it to smell it, you will very obviously feel red fruit aromas like strawberry, cherries, red currant.
Very nice.
And the main difference, for example, you would experience drinking this wine versus this wine is that here you can feel new oak and the aroma is more complex. Here you mostly feel different fruits if you look at the pictures.
Fruity.
Yeah, it's mostly fruity, young, enjoyable wines.
Fresh.
Yeah, if you go to more complicated like Medoc AOC, for example, a part of also fruity aromas which going to have this one, they're also going to have more complicated aromas from age in the bottles.
We got mushrooms, got the different, this is
prunes,
dates, prune.
Yeah, black fruits,
flowers.
A little bit, of course, vanilla.
Vanilla.
You're going to have vanilla and slightly smoky aromas because the majority, almost all actually, good quality wines they use in oak. This particular wine spent in new oak barrels from 12 to 15 months. So
longer, not the age in the oak longer, so we get that vanilla smell.
Absolutely. 如果你要复杂度很高，他们用一部分就是有水果的味道，一部分就是香草味道。If you know nothing about wine, if you need one criteria, if the wine is good, after you swallow it, you try to sit and feel the feeling into your mouth. If it's lasting, this is a good wine.
Okay.
Complex, concentrated. Yes, you will see later amount of models. This brand has 50 plus medals.
Wow, 50.
And part of it delivered in blind tasting with professionals like Master of Wines and so on. And part of them competitions mostly consumer oriented. 他们不知道他们喝什么，他们就是 blind
叫
tasting。
盲品。
盲品，对。They tasted and they allocated many medals to this wine. And you can compare with the white the same thing. Like if you go for simpler generic Bordeaux, you're going to have mostly fruity aroma. If you go to higher end wines, a part of fruity aromas, you're also going to have oak, and also but in white wine, oak would be more kind of toast, and you can smell the aromas in it because the oak would be beautifully integrated. It's also blend. It's Sauvignon Blanc and Semillon. And they blended just to achieve higher complexity and higher aroma.
This is very direct, fresh, simple. Some of the citrus fruit aroma. This one has a little fuller, as we said, complex, a little bit more flavors. Looks so cool. We got food and we got wine.
The oysters for the first course, we pick in Loudenne, La Folie.
Okay.
Why La Folie? Because we would like to highlight the seafood taste. We wouldn't like to cover it. We want something high acidity, refreshing, but something that will not spoil the taste of the oysters. So the first wine going to be La Folie, because it's fruity, fresh, and neutral.
Right.
Yes.
So in the second course, we have octopus, but also seafood.
And this one will go perfectly with Le Chateau.
Loudenne.
Yes, because it's a part of the fruit, it also has oakiness in it a little bit, so it's going to be more complex and it's going to complement and add to this taste. And the right way to go about it would be sip a little bit of wine.
And try this.
Yes, put a little bit of food, show it, and then repeat it.
Okay, so we drink red wine with red meat.
Yes, it's traditional wine pairing, and we're going for higher end because this has truffles and sauce is very thick. So we want it to complement and be just as rich as the sauce. So that's why we're going for higher end to complement quite complex dish and enjoy both of tastes, which are going to facilitate each other.
So here we have a lobster.
Yes,
Lobster, also seafood.
In this case, we can go for both Chateau Loudenne traditional, or we can go for Loudenne La Folie. But in this case, I will go for La Folie because lobster is also a very gentle dish.
Right. Makes sense.
Correct.
Cheers. Excellent white wine from Medax, Bordeaux.
Correct.
The winery is Loudenne, Chateau Loudenne.
Right.
I'm very interested to learn about.
The original chateau, as you might see, is very historical.
1670, wow, was built in 1670.
Correct.
1670年.
It's also called Pink Chateau because the color is really pink.
Building.
From very old time, it was known for one particular thing. It used to have a lot of celebrities and government officials because they hold really glamorous parties. That was the party place in the region because it was famous, good quality, and it was owned by royal families and aristocracy. And over time, many celebrities. True, like Churchill been there. Also, Kennedy been there.
Kennedy.
Yep, Princess Margaret, also actresses. And nowadays, it's still very popular within the high-end clientele. This is Mrs. Freiberger. This is the first female president of Latvia. Also Prince Lobkowitz. He also used to choose Loudenne for his official gathering. Michael Rowland is industry celebrity because he is very famous oenologist. For China, it's a new brand, but it's been really welcomed around the world. They used to have a lot of glamorous party in retro style, and they used to have roses everywhere. So this history is repeated.
Rose party.
Yes, the rose symbol is repeated pretty much everywhere where it goes.
Beautiful.
Also in China. But it's
a lot of parties.
True, and all of them very glamorous as you can see.
Glamour party. Hey, wine is for good living, good life, right?
Yes.
That's the reason we want to drink wine, because we want to enjoy life.
Yeah, this is Chain de Rôtisserie, it's gastronomic society. they famous for being very particular about high quality food and wine. And Loudenne was also picked to for the last dinner to 配他们的菜.
Oh, selected one for the food, for the banquet.
Correct, correct. So as you see, they also
Beautiful.
making very glamorous
Very
parties.
glamorous parties.
Yes. Also on Fashion Week Shanghai, Loudenne was picked to be wine of honor in VIP room.
Thank you, Alexa, for introducing me beautiful wines from France, Bordeaux, Medoc, Chateau Loudenne. Yeah.
Cheers.
Cheers.